Hi, everyone. Come on in. I'm a couple minutes early. I'm going to pull myself up on my phone. We should get going here soon. How is everyone today? If you're here now, you're probably catching the replay. I'd love if you hit hashtag replay, give me a follow. I'll introduce myself in just a second when we have a few people here. Hi, Debbie Wright. We're going to get started here in just a second. But it's just now noon. I came on a couple minutes early. So we're going to wait for this to be shared out. It is 12 o'clock now. I'll wait till 12:01 and then we're going to get going. I've been running around. All right, we got some people on here. So first of all, I just wanted to say welcome everyone to the Raggedy Ann and Andy Fabric and Fun and Friends event. This is hosted by The Herd. In my description, I have a link to their Facebook group. A lot of people come together and create amazing things. So I'm glad to be here. If you're new to me, my name is Molly, and I am Molly Young Artist on Facebook, also on YouTube. And this is my first time presenting in the group, so I'm really excited. And I love Raggedy Ann and Andy, so I think it's going to be a great day. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Mel. Thank you, Mel. Tony is Kiss a Frog Crafts, Judy. Adorable things. Come on in. So, guys, I'm going to go down to the desktop. Okay. I like to work this way with my projects. And what we're going to do today, let me show you how cute these are. Well, here, let me back up. We're going to do a box. These are just the plain wooden boxes that you get off of Amazon. Thank you, Mel. But these are the boxes that you get on Amazon. They're 4 by 4 inches. And they're not exactly square because the lid only tends to go on one way. But all I did to this was I spray painted the whole thing black. And then I came in with this red Lumiere by Jacquard paint, which is my favorite paint. And my nails, I have paint all in them and they're disgusting. So I apologize. Okay, so then I wanted to put feet on this box. So you know those little people, the wood people that you can buy? I like to use these as the feet. Hey, Laura. So when we get done, we're gonna glue these on. But I did some prep work because with an hour, I don't think we would have gotten much done other than the painting and stuff. So I did work ahead a little bit. So here's my print that I'm going to use. I am going to use a little bit of fabric, I think, but for most of this, it's not going to be fabric. And I'll explain what we're doing in a second. So this is going to be our centerpiece on top of the box. And I already went in and I put stickles. Like I put like this orangey red in their hair. I don't know that the camera's picking it up. And my poor people have watched me do this. This will be the third time this week. But I'm going to UV resin this to protect it. And it also brings the stickles out to look three-dimensional. So I want to just cut this out. This is one of those wood blanks you just have from Amazon. I just happen to have them in a few different sizes because I use them a lot in my crafts. Now I am noticing an issue here where something didn't lay down perfectly. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some glue under here so that I don't have any issues. It's just coming out really slow. Okay, so let me put the pin back in here because we all know this goes off like a volcano if you don't do that. I'm so excited to meet all these new friends. So if you like what you see, give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so before we're going to UV resin it, we're going to ink it. Just distress ink. In black because I'm using black and red and blue. And I just want to make sure I get the sides and just a little bit over the lip. It'll also help hide if I have any little jaggedy corners anywhere. We're going to cover up the sides, so I don't need to be too critical about that. Okay. So guys, aren't they cute? I just love them. All right. So this takes 2 minutes, but I'm going to show you something else while we're doing this. Let me turn this on. I am using, you can get this off Amazon. I think it comes in a 3-pack, UV resin. And if I'm not seeing your comments, I sincerely apologize. But I will go watch the replay and I will see every single one, I promise. So UV resin is self-leavening. So if you do it right, it won't spill, like you won't have spillage over the sides. Let me just set this here. Okay. And then I use makeup brushes for this. I find after using all the tools, this is the best tool to use. And I just keep it in foil. And it works really well. And I love this UV resin because very rarely do I get bubbles. I mean, it happens, but very, very rarely. So we're going to make these guys look a little bit more three-dimensional. Or, I mean, they weren't beginning to look like that. And then the stickles will look three-dimensional underneath. Then you have to look from the sides and see if you missed anywhere. Make sure you don't have any bubbles. You can take a lighter over the top. I don't have any bubbles, so I don't need to do that stuff. Hi, Melanie. I can tell I'm missing people left and right here, but that's okay. All right. So I need to put something in here. Okay. So this is going to go for 2 minutes. So in the meantime, I have a couple thoughts and I don't know what you guys want to do. I was thinking to do tile mosaics on the side of the box, but we might only get one side down. Now in my description, I linked a link to my polymer clay mosaic tiles 101. It's literally, I think 25 minutes long. And then I have a 102 that's another about half hour. So if you like what we're doing here, you can go in there, but I wasn't going to make clay tiles on this live. I just had already done them so we could decorate. So I did bronze and copper, and then I did red because I thought they would tie into the main picture that we're using as the theme. And then I did this blue. Hold on. I set it for 1 more minute and it'll be done. I picked out this ivory color, put a little gold on it. I have a few gold tiles, not a lot, and then I have some blues. So I thought we could tile the box. Now, honestly, I don't think we're going to get all 4 sides done, and I honestly don't know if you want to sit here with me while we do all that. So we're going to do 1 or 2 sides. I'm going to watch the clock. My fabric component of this, I was going back and forth, and I have this fabric that I thought I could use on the inside. But I'm not sold on it, so I don't know if we'll get to that part. But I do have ribbon that we're going to put around the lip of the box. And pull this back up. this ribbon here, this red ribbon, I thought would look cool if I put it around the lip of the box. So we have some options here. Well, hello, Michael. Everybody is doing so good today. After me, if you guys could join Ruthie at This Nana's Crafty, she's coming up right after me. So I'll remind you again at the end. And I did the link to the page where we're all presenting today in the description. Okay, so now this is all hard. It's all ready to go. And we have our little Raggedy Ann and Andy in here. Nana's Crafty's here. Honey and Bear Creates. She was on before me. Okay, so this is going to be, we're going to work on the lid right now. So what I want to do is glue this down to the lid. And believe it or not, I have not been using this, but I am going to use Fabri-Tac, sorry. Because it just honestly is such a great adhesive and it's permanent. And I don't like to use hot glue guns unless I have to. And I do use them. We may use it for the ribbon on here, but you just got to be careful with hot glue sometimes that things don't pop off. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that. Okay. And now I have to make a decision if I want to do silver or gold. And I think I'm going to do gold. So I'm going to put gold bead chain. People that have been watching my lives, this probably looks familiar to them. But I want to put some gold bead shade down here. Just to add a little bit of interest. What am I doing? These are not what I wanted. I just have these little wire cutters that you just get off of Amazon for like $5. All right, let me double check this. Perfection. See how cute that'll look with that around it? And then you know what else we're going to do, guys? At the end, we're going to wrap the collar of our little legs in this. So that'll tie into the top. My phone's ringing. Okay. So then I think I bumped him a little. I'm using B7000. I really love this glue and it has this micro precision tip on it. So I'm going to go around the outside here. To glue down our ball chain. And guys, ball chain, honestly, it looks so pretty and it's really inexpensive. I mean, I have rhinestone chain here and everything. But ball chain really looks nice. So sometimes you don't need to spend a ton to add a little something something. Thank you. Hey, Dory. Okay. So this will just be the top. I'm going to wait till the end to do the side. Now, here's where we're going to get into this. Let me make some room. Grab a drink. I was sitting there watching Sheila, and then I ended up running around like my head cut off to get down here in time. So I'm like, woo! All right, so I made all these tiles, and polymer clay is great because it doesn't need, I guess I can do these as I go. You don't need to leave polymer clay, like it's not air dry clay. It's clay that stays fresh, left out. You don't need to make sure it's in an airtight container or anything. And then it also, oh, that one's a little busted. You have to bake it. I just baked mine for like 20 minutes. So I have all these different little colors and I just want to see how they work together. And what I want to do is go around and I will trim off where things are not fit. So again, we'll do one, maybe two sides. I think we might have time to do two sides so you can see what it looks like when it's done and how I do this. So basically, you just want to take your guys here and just start laying them down to try and create a mosaic. Mm-mm-mm. We need another one of these. I'm not going to have a whole lot of these. And then I'm okay if I leave a little gap in here. Gosh, you can't even hardly see. Sorry. If I'm out of the camera at all, you guys just say, get with the program, lady. Okay. So then the other thing I have these tonic scissors that I use. And if there's anywhere you can cut them, you can take a nail file to them also and sand the sides down. But once in a while you get a little stinker. And this guy is hanging off a little bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and trim off the end of this. Because I mean, they're hard, but you're able to cut through them without a problem, which makes it really nice. So we're gonna have a little spot there and we have a little spot here. I didn't put a gold one in here. I like the gold. I want to make sure I have gold. And then you'll have where these just start to fall off. Like, what are you going to do? Just take your time and go slow. And this is going to look so pretty, I promise. Trimming this one. And I keep on my little ends. I keep on my little ends because you never know if you're going to have a little teeny tiny tight space that you need them for. And then I think we'll put another ivory one in here, but it's going to need to be cut. Or we're just going to leave a space. Okay. So this is how it looks. I just have to glue it down now. Let me see. This one needs cut, I think. So I just make a whole bunch of different sizes and then I let it kind of tell me how it's going to go together. So what I like to do is take these off in the order that they were put on. So I know exactly where they need to glue back on. When you do bigger mosaics, you can take a picture of them. I just take little chunks at a time and then I go around. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. I've never used Fabri-Tac to do this. I use Weld Bond. but I've got this right here, and I really trust this glue. And I wanna see how it works with my clay. So that's what we're gonna do. This guy needs trimmed. Sometimes your fingers are gonna get gluey, guys. There's just nothing you can do about it. If you get in there and realize, just keep a wet paper towel or a baby wipe, baby wipe around. Let me keep going in this order. And once these are glued down, they stay really well. It's gonna be so cute. Okay. So I'm gonna have a couple spots, and then you just put your fingers around the side and make sure everybody's not like that one like was being a little crooked. And then we're gonna fill in with stickles these empty spaces to look like grout at the end. So let's see. This is gonna be cute. Little box. This guy was slipping away on me, or I did it when I put the bead chain on, but I've got him back. He's not dry yet. Okay. Okay. Now, I just wanted to say real quick, anybody that's new, it's so nice to meet you. This is my first time presenting with the herd, and I'm really excited, and I love meeting new friends. So if you like what you see today, follow me. I'm right now kind of on a journaling kick. So I don't always do clay. I did clay for a very long time. And I'm not done doing clay by any means. I was just taking a break. So we're working on a junk journal now. So I'm mixed media all the way around. Okay, so this side is good. And then I don't want to lose anybody, but we have time to do one more side. So why don't we do that as fast as can be? And then actually, I take that back. Let's put the legs. Let's work on the legs. Let's do something a little different. Okay, so again, these are those little people that you buy at the craft store or on Amazon. I don't know I think this is the man, the boy, or the lady. I'm not sure. It's 2 inches tall. And I like to use these for my feet on the bottom of the box. So before we put them on the box, because this is going to need to be painted over again. This is just spray paint coat. So I had something underneath here and then a base for the inside. One thing about these boxes is that you do need to spray paint them whenever I've painted them, even if the lip is very thin on here. So even with sanding these, um, they can get too thin and break. So, I mean, I always sand them, but the amount of sanding you need if you're going to use acrylic paint in them is crazy. So I always just spray paint at least the inside, and then the outside, do whatever you want with it. Um, Michael, maybe you can start making boxes. um, okay. So, because we use the bead chain around here, I want to put bead chain around the collar, if you will. See, this is what I do. I get out of camera. I want to put it around the collar here. Sorry, I don't mean to be giving people a seizure. I promise. Hi, Deborah. If I didn't say hi to you, welcome in. All right. So what actually, before I do this, what I haven't done this in a while, so I forget my steps. I like to measure this so I know how many beads I need to go around. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut 4. And then I'm just going to measure in theory. Make sure I have the same amount 4 times. Sometimes I don't know what's quicker, to just go back around it and cut it, or to lay it, because this is a glass desk, it's slippery kind of. All right, one more. Okay, so that's all we need. Just these 4 little guys, and they're gonna dress this up so much. So I'm gonna use my B7000 again, and I'm just gonna go around the collar here. And then you let gravity help you, and you just lay it down and then put your fingers around it. And it helps when you paint it too, because you don't have to meet it exactly precisely, because this will help cover up where your paint met. So I really like that. My glue's getting ahead of me here. And this B7000 does dry clear if you've never used it. So you just repeat that process. Sorry about my dogs. Okay. And then we got one more. They really are very easy to do. I have glue on my finger, so it was trying to stick to my finger. But aren't those cute? I think they're cute. One more. The finale of the legs. And then right now, before I finish that, I'm plugging in my glue gun, because I always forget to turn it on. Now this one isn't matching up 100%, but instead of redoing it, I'm going to make sure that, come on, buddy. It's because my fingers are sticky. I'm going to make sure that he is facing the back. Do you see where it looks like I cut it a little short on this one? I thought they were all the same. But that's fine. I just will make sure when I glue it on, it faces the back. Or you can just go cut a new piece of ball chain and put that on. So those guys are ready to roll. Okay. These guys are starting to sit down. Waiting for my hot glue gun. Just want to see something. We're going to use Fabri-Tac. I'm going to use hot glue. Okay, so here's what I do, guys. So I like to put down a really like more permanent hold, and you can use Fabri-Tac, or what I've always used, well, most recently is Pen Art Heavy Body Gel. The stuff is like a super glue once it dries. So I'll use that. But then I put a dab of hot glue. Oh, my shelf just fell. Oh, thank you. Or I'll put a dab of hot glue on here because that's what's going to give it the permanent hold. Let's put the lid back on her. And you don't have to use hot glue, but you do need to use a permanent glue. You have to. You can leave it upside down for the night. Um, because if you just use hot glue and you try to ship this to someone, your legs are going to break. I've had it happen enough times that I know um you don't want to only rely on the hot glue. I just have my little mini here, my really old glue gun. This should just be a second. And then we're gonna glue these on, and then I'll probably paint the bottom red after. I like to paint the bottom of my legs that are gonna be touching up here the same color. Um, Technically, you're better off to just glue wood on wood. And so you don't want it painted ahead of time because then the glue adheres better. This already seeped all the way through, and I didn't really make it doesn't seem like there's much of a barrier here. But just hey Donna, come on in. Um that's kind of what I do. Okay. So then let's get the Fabri-Tac back out. So then I like to, and I don't care that this is going to spill out. I would rather have my legs stay down, and then you do hot glue right in the middle. Okay? Permanent hold and temporary hold. I would rather have my legs stay on than to have a little bit of a glue ring. But you can go around and clean it up, which is what I'm doing right now. But don't get all upset. I mean, you want to do your legs the right way. Okay? That worked like a charm. Let's do the other ones. And I just eyeball. I have a certain, I like to stay close to the edges. Oh, I got to turn this one in. That was our problem child with the one bead. Okay. I'm doing something so different than everyone else because I'm not using fabric. And I have fabric to use in it. I just don't know that I like it after all that. No, I will when I'm done. You can. Okay. All right. Sorry, my husband came down and asked me a question. All right. So last one. It's repetitive. And once you get the hang of doing these, they're so, so fun. They're just so, so fun. Now everybody's down. I mean, really? Look how cute already. Sometimes I put like 3D handles on the top. I'm using Fabri-Tac. Oh, I'm using Fabri-Tac and hot glue. Hot glue for an immediate hold, Fabri-Tac for a permanent glue. I also, Donna, really, I just was telling everybody, I really like the Pen Art Heavy Body gel. It's a little pricey, but it lasts a long time, and it is like one of the best glues I've found. Because I was using Weld Bond, and you just don't want to use just hot glue on these legs because they'll break off if you ship it. I'm telling you right now, it's happened to me. Um, and so that's why I've been on these are my biggest problem right here. No matter, how well you wrap it, pat it, try to secure it. Not always, but out of everything that I ship, this one is the one. But I think we're there with the glues I've been using. This is the first time I'm using Fabri-Tac on this, though. Nana's Crafty is here. Hi, Ruthie. Ruthie is up after me in 25 minutes. Okay, so let's do the lid and then we can come back and do a second side on here because I think we'll have time. I just wasn't sure. So I wanted to make sure. Oh, why did I unplug my hot glue gun? We need it. I do use hot glue gun for my ribbon. Okay, so there's two things we're going to do here. We're going to put this ribbon lace. Look how cute that is. We're going to put this around all of the sides. And then, you know how we did our gold bead chain? Sorry, I thought this was open. I always go to this stuff. It's like, it's suede, but it's studded suede ribbon. It's from Amazon too. But what I want to do is I want to go back through the center and put this down in the middle. Do you guys like that? I like it. I think it's going to look cute. So there's my fabric portion. I don't do sewing at all. I use fabric to sometimes cover my journals, my junk journals and stuff, but yeah, I need to do what Stephanie just did with the hot glue sewing. That was really cool. So I'm just going to go around the center here. Throw it down, get it on my ribbon. You know the drill. And this ribbon is Simplicity, and I'm not sure if I got it from Walmart or Amazon. And we're just going to go around the horn. Just staying as centered as I can. And being careful, this is very thin. Oh, it's elasticy. Okay. All right. All right, so one more side. And I may have to trim. How do I want to do this? Do I want to overlap them? I think just slightly, I'm going to go ahead and overlap. And then I'll trim it. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. Okay, look at how cute. And then we'll put, I'm saving this for Christmas. Christmas stuff. We can use it in journals. All right, let's get this fella on here. And then this will cover up the elastic in the between. That is a hot thing. Look how cute. This is thin stuff, guys. I'm trying to just put a thin bead of my hot glue down, but it's easier said than done. And my hands are a little wiggly. And then you just cut it as best you can to match up. It looks good. I'm just covered in glue strings. Like literally covered in glue strings. Okay. So I believe that is it for the hot glue. But now our top is pretty much done. I could always come in and add little embellishments up here in the corners, but I kind of like it plain. But I think it's so cute. Okay. So far, that's what we have. So since we have 15 more minutes, we're going to go ahead and do, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. We're going to go ahead and do this side real quick. And yeah, get her done. I love these red ones I have of my tiles. This guy needs trimmed. I think these are looking cool. What do you guys think? Do you like this process? Is it not your cup of tea? It's really fun. And anybody that's new, I linked my tutorial for introduction to polymer clay in the description. And if you're new to the herd, I linked their group page in the description. And don't go anywhere because Ruthie's coming up after me with Nana's Crafty. Every single one of these pieces is different. Every single one. Oh, this one's really crooked, but maybe we can use it here. Nah. Thank you, Laura. I love it too. It looks so amazing when it's done. I was down here early today working on this. All right, I don't know about having so many little spots, so let me try. Every single side comes together differently, no matter what I do. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, these ones are so cool because I used a script stamp on them. You just stamp into your clay, and then I use mica powders to kind of go over them. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just, I need another piece here. There we go. All right. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time, which is to make sure you stay in order. And they should come back on your desktop the same as you're pulling them off. And I realize this one, the stamp got a little too deep, but I have a trick for that. So, oh, I guess this one's going on the opposite. It doesn't matter, bottom, top, or bottom to top, or top to bottom, or side to side, whatever floats your boat. I do need to trim this one. It'll take care of that problem. And I'll swear, sometimes these things feel like they just shrink after when you put the glue on. We're all good. Again, I'm going to put stickles in these spaces. Let me save some of these guys. And then get rid of some of these. We may just very well get this done. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. This is how it goes, though. Thank you, Kathy. I love it too. Sometimes the more you do it, the quicker it starts to come together. I just have to find the right one. I need another blue one for sure. It's still too long. So is everybody having a good day? Are you watching all of the presenters today? I'm gonna try to. I have to multitask. I have some work I have to do. So, but it's on the computer. So I can kind of. I'm so sorry if you can hear my husband. My dog's being bad right now. What do you think? Another ivory one right there, and then that'll be a wrap for this one. I can't believe we got this much done. I mean, I did do a lot of work. I think I just lost this guy. I was just so excited to meet a lot of you are new to me. I'm new to the group. I found Mel and Michael. I think I found Michael. And then I found Mel through him. And I was like, these are my people. You know how sometimes you just jive with I just felt like that. So it's been fun. Fun, fun, fun. Ah, I might have just messed this up. Something fell and I don't know where it came from. But I wouldn't have two blues next to each other. Ruh-roh. All right, this is not the first time this has happened to me. Everything can be fixed. Well, until the glue dries, then you're up a crick because they're not going to come off. What in did I do? Thank you, Mel, for having me. I know Mel and Michael are putting this together and there was a lot of work on their end. So um I just want to thank them. And there's other people as well, but I don't have their names handy. So I'm sorry I don't. So we did pretty good. We got 3 out of 4 sides done. I don't like this. I could use this. It's gonna look gorgeous. It's gonna be absolutely gorgeous, guys. We moved some of this stuff. Some into the garbage, some over here. So we just have that one side left. I love this. I think it's so cute. I didn't get the fabric on the inside, but I might just leave it black. But I love how the sides turned out. And our little legs, they're so cute. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that. We still have a couple more minutes here. So, let's try and do this side. And I will, and my leg's falling off. Fabri-Tac's still on there, but the hot glue didn't work. And this cooled down. That's fine. I can always heat it back up and re-glue it. All right, let's pretend he's okay. And then I'll post a picture when I'm done, so you can see how it looks all together. All right, all right, all right, all right. I know this part gets boring. I just didn't know how long this was going to take me, honestly, and I wanted to get as much done as we could with the hour that I had. And now I know how much I can get done in an hour. You guys want to see what I was going to do? Isn't this darling? I was going to put this on the sides of the box. Have it wrap around all 4 sides. Like that. That would look really cute. I could always still do it. I have more boxes. You never know. You never, 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 never know. So guys, if you're still here, I just wanted to remind you when I'm done, Ruthie at Nana's Crafty is coming up next. And this is presented by the Herd, and the Herd is linked in my description. Their group is linked. We'll give them a follow. And also, yeah, it would have been cute also. If you're interested in the polymer clay, my tutorial is linked in the description as well. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is fun, and you can really make some really gorgeous, gorgeous things out of it. So, you never know. Never, never know. We did good today, guys. We did really good. I'll be back tomorrow with more junk journaling, and it's a folio that we're working on. This is our butterfly folio. And I just got the cover done yesterday, so there's a lot more work to do to it. But yeah, see, I just did the same idea yesterday again. I love it. It works so well, and it looks so nice when it's done. Some more ivory pieces. Where are we at? 12:59. So I'm gonna go so Ruthie can be up, and I thank you again. I appreciate it. Go see Ruthie, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.